bound to be a Wi-Fi network around here somewhere. I found one. And how... my 78. That'll do. Greetings, this is Uber Demon again, back at my cyber lair. You folks remember this from last time, don't you? It has power from communities across the globe. It's going to turn this crappy Windows Vista PC into something useful. So as you can see, computer's off. I can't even get Vista to boot up. This is going to boot it up. And you just need to locate a USB port on the device. I'm going to move that one. And if I can just squeeze enough room in here. There we go. And it's in. So we boot up the machine. And we press F12. It's the Dell. So we'll get this into the boot options screen. And wait patiently, it's entering the boot menu. This has an AMD processor in it. And there, you can see, you can pick from a certain device to pick from. If this was a live CD, I would put it into the drive and boot off the CD. But since it's a USB storage device, down arrow once and press enter for USB storage device. And this is Ubuntu Linux, Ubuntu Linux boot up screen, and it's asking me what language I want to do this in. Most of you out there watching this can speak English, so we'll do that. And I don't actually want to install this on this computer. I just want to try it without any changes. So you just hit enter when, if that's highlighted. And it's starting to boot into Linux. And there's the Ubuntu splash screen. The thing to note is that this is trying to boot off a USB hard drive, so it will take some time to boot. And I need to get into this machine and get onto the wireless network that I found earlier. For those of you out there that are Linux curious, this is a great way to try Linux without actually installing it on your machine. That way you can find out the greatness that is Linux without completely formatting your hard drive. Finally starting to load into Ubuntu Linux. There are other spin-offs of Ubuntu. There's Kubuntu, which uses KDE for the desktop environment instead of GNOME. This uses GNOME. There's also Linux Mint, which is a spin-off, and Ubuntu is actually a spin-off of Debian Linux. And for those of you who want to learn more about Linux, there's a great movie out there called Revolution OS, which features interviews from open source and Linux founders Richard Stallman, also known as RMS, and Linus Torvalds. And we're just about in. Little screen fuzz there. And we're in Intepid Ibex Ubuntu Linux. And there's the startup sound. So as you can see, there's a hard drive icon on the desktop where you can install it, and we don't want to do that right now. As you can see, I've got an external mouse and keyboard hooked up to my laptop, so it makes it easier to navigate. One neat thing about Linux, desktop effects, and multiple desktops that are easily at your disposal. And as you can see, this is a live session. It says live session user, which means we're bringing off a live distribution. And let's see what we got networking wise on this thing. See if we can, and we'll look and see if we can get connected to that wireless network. Oh no, there's no wireless driver that was detected when it's installed. So the thing about Linux is that some drivers will be recognized automatically and some won't, depending on what kind of a system you're booting off of. Most Dells are typically equipped to boot with Ubuntu Linux. They even sell Ubuntu systems. However, this wasn't, the big thing is usually you want an NVIDIA graphics card and an Intel wireless card for the best results if you're even running off a live distribution or if you're installing them all the way. That's a helpful hint. I won't be able to connect to the wireless network on this. I'll need to find something else that will actually work. And I will have to try and find... Yeah, I'm going to cut this in part out because, yeah, that's going to suck. So now we're just going to shut this down. All you need to do is shut it down, wait for the machine to completely turn off, and then you can remove the USB hard drive and your system will be back to normal. It was like Linux was never even on it. So, for now, I can't get onto that wireless network. But I'll have to find something else in very short order. I've got to find another system, but where am I going to find one? Whoa! Looks like I found one.